It's Sound Advice with audiologist Doug Leonard from Audiological Services of Iowa, ASI. We're going to give you a number here coming up in just a little bit where you can call up, get your hearing screening set. It's one of the best medical checkups that you could possibly get going forward. But this time, Doug, we want to talk a little bit about the nightmare that is the hearing aid battery packaging, not the batteries themselves. They're fine. But sometimes that packaging they put them in has to be so tightly bound up, it's tough to work with.
It is. And, they passed a law recently, Congress did maybe a year or so ago. It's called Reese's Law. And it mandated that after September of 2024, any batteries that were manufactured, whether it's Rayovac, Energizer, Duracell, or any of them, all have to come in childproof packaging. Mm-hmm. And, it came about with good intentions. I think there was a child who swallowed a button battery and unfortunately she passed away. And so a terrible thing. I'm a parent. I just couldn't imagine that. But they didn't think about the downstream consequences to many of my hearing aid patients who use batteries still. The packaging is that plastic, hard to open up packaging. You really have to use a scissors, and not just a scissors that you cut regular paper with like we have here in the studio, but like almost a kitchen shear type scissors.
Yeah.
And imagine that as an older adult with maybe some arthritis, some dexterity issues, maybe a tremor, not as much strength in our hands, maybe poor vision. There are a lot of ways that could go wrong in a hurry. And so, there's a couple articles we posted about this on our Facebook page that just describe the conundrum that is hearing aid packaging, now battery packaging. And there's also, we posted a change.org link where you can get on there, and it's a petition that people have created to encourage Congress maybe to revisit that idea of the battery packaging, at least make it a little bit more senior friendly.
It can be changed and still be safe, I think, at the same time, but everybody's had to change the battery in their key fob or something like that. Those are hard enough to get out, but they're like 3 times the size of a hearing aid battery.
Well, yeah, just hearing aid batteries in general can be hard to handle, no matter how easily they can be removed from the packaging. But now, on top of the difficulty of inserting and removing the battery and taking a little sticker off, now you've made the package itself incredibly difficult to get into. And again, there's a good safety-conscious reason for that. But there's got to be a better solution than what we have right now.
A lot of hearing aids now are rechargeable, which is great. But some people do need those batteries, right?
They do. I'd say probably 85% of the hearing aids that we sell are rechargeable. But there are some folks who still need those batteries. Someone with severe to profound hearing loss, they can't sit around and wait for their hearing aids to charge up. If they took their hearing aids off at night to go to bed and there was an emergency and they had to wake up right away and put them back in, a battery is the best solution for that. You just snap the battery or shut it, the hearing aid comes back on. If it's a rechargeable solution, they're still going to have to wait for those things to charge back up in their charger. So it isn't practical for everybody. It's certainly more convenient for most patients.
If anybody's got questions about this or want to get their hearing screening, I tell you guys at ASI are always available.
Yeah, we try to be, John. 792-5933 is the number here, and we see patients a couple days a week.
Simple as that. Give them a call. Audiological Services of Iowa.